Look at what that woman's wearing. Is she drunk?
What can I get you, stranger?
Allow me. I could do that for you.
The Irregulars thank you.
I saw what you were doing back there.
Oh?
Don't play innocent with me.
What are you talking about?
You playing with that kitten.
There was no kitten.
It shall be done. Stan, I saw you. You were dangling a piece of twine for it.
I was helping it train.
You're a big softie.
We will never speak of this again.
Softie. Allow me. I could do that for you. What shall we do? I shall do it.
Yes? What are you doing here? My name is Wayland. I'm the assistant of the scholar Brother Genetivi. This is his house. That makes two of us. I haven't seen Brother Genetivi in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genetivi's research into the urn may have led him into danger. Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genetivi's safety, but I tried to send... No, don't ask me where they... This search is a So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn. Good luck. May you find the answers you seek.
As you say.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to go in there. I'm sorry, but that room is not for guests. It's full of books and papers, and I'd rather they were not disturbed. I said no. Genetivi was a very private person. No, don't touch that door!
Very well. It shall be done.
Are you ready? I am no savage. I would not take advantage of you. May the Divine look after you, sir. You've held yourself with honor. Begin.
Quickly! We must fight!
This is the price of betrayal.
Don't be a fool!
Justice swift.
You fought with honor. Sir Landry couldn't have asked for a nobler death.
Very well.
Yes, make it quick. Strange. Let's see this. I knew it! I gave that man the best 7 weeks of my life. Well, I guess he won't have me to push around anymore. Ha!
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the Circle, as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see? Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. Welcome to the wonders of...
As you say. Ooh, glass slippers. It is begun.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas.
I won't take the blame for this one. I won't take the blame for this one. This was bad for... Thanks. I ain't sticking around to see how this turns out.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. Find better.
Turn your attention elsewhere. My business does not concern you. I doubt that. I'll take this note from you. You.
As there is but one world, one life,
The deep dark
one
before dawn's
There is
first light
one
seems
God,
eternal.
and He is our Maker. They are sinners who have given their lives to false gods.
I shall do it.
You were in the Chantry. You are a priest?
Yes? What? This is terrible. My beloved. shall do it.
And here you are again. More generosity from my friends at the Collective. Of course, some other time then.
It shall be done.
The deep dark before dawn. One's first light seems eternal.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected. You're welcome. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. Very well. As you wish.
These are terrible times. Just terrible. Yes, I feared this day would come.
You saved us. I can't believe we're alive. And that's what everyone is saying. We might have to with Mother. I won't forget what you did, though. No, we should leave now, I suppose. There's a wagon taking us north.
My Velena returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well. Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt. You're welcome here, friend. Well, you're welcome to whatever...
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Speak then.
Get your horses off Ban Talman's land. We won't bend needle again.
Loghain is the regent. He demands your...
We're not Orlesian lickspittles. We owe no man our allegiance. Leave!
Take their lands by force, men. Regent's orders.
More enemies ahead! Now we can back. Very well. As you say.
We showed those Loghain upstarts.
I shall do it. I shall do it.
Are we descending into the underground? The thought of so much rock over one's head is disquieting.
Surface
I have
soap,
contracts.
half price.
They can't shut us out like this.
What business would the mighty Grey Wardens have with a man like me? Oh? What is this about? How sad it is to see a Grey Warden manipulated. But I have no time to straighten this out for you. Men, let's teach the Grey Warden a lesson about trust.
This is madness. They can't just shut down the city.
Maker's breath, is that? Oh, I beg your pardon. Can I help you, friend? No, nothing at all. Just, you know, thought I saw...
Since you are clearly looking at me, I would say that you do see something.
Well, yes. Never you mind. Can I help you? Well...
Is it refreshing or unsettling?
Oh, certainly.
I imagine you have already composed a suitable ballad.
What can I do for you? This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant. Someone has. The Assembly says...
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown. Twice a year, I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it. Best of luck to you. Again, your interest flatters me, fine lady. Best of luck to you.
They need a king to decide who buys clothes? It's ridiculous.
King Loghain will not suffer the delay of it.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign Dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Iduken returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. I will at that. I'm a messenger of King Loghain.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep. You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden, though I don't know what help you will find.
Atrast Vala, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed
Is it just
blessing.
me, or do
We
all these
prefer that
statues
outsiders
look
not
alike?
witness our
They're a
efforts.
few bitch for an old man.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her.
Don't say that. Get back to the fort.
Show respect, Surfacer. You're in the Hall of Heroes, home to the best of us. Paragons, dwarves who achieve such greatness, they're considered ancestors even if they yet walk among us. If only we had one now. A unifier. A voice like that, there would be no dissension. Perhaps I don't want you to. A Surfacer should not see us in this kind of disarray. Goodbye, Warden. I hope you're not needed.
May the ancestors look kindly upon you.
So, you truly do not believe in any sort of higher power?
It has been bothering you, I see. No, I do not. Must I?
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king! I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders. That son of a fool, I'll have him in the Legion.
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the Commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Yes, you should.
It's big.
Did you see that? I cannot believe what this city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive. Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir. Lord Harrowmont should be our king. He was King Endrin's closest advisor, the only one he could trust. Endrin himself, ancestors welcome him, asked the Assembly to endorse Harrowmont. Everybody knows he killed his brother Trian and let his father's favorite son take the blame. And many question whether Endrin died abed, as we were told, or whether Balin helped him along. He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less. I am Narav Helmi, 3rd daughter of the 2nd matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger? What brings you to Orzammar at such a time? blight. Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. Who will lead the battle? How will we survive? He still lives in the king's quarters, pretending your father never repudiated him. He seems to think if he's close to the throne long enough, we'll forget he has no right to claim it. Exactly half the assembly. But as you know, that means his numbers are dropping. He dares not leave his estate often. You've seen what sort of thugs support your brother. You wouldn't dare say so, but the common folk do. Not enough of them, I say. Exactly half the assembly still supports Balin, and their loyalty runs deep. I am glad to see you're safe. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, talk to Dulin Ferender. You'll find him in Harrowmont's estate. Tell him who you are, and I'm sure he can get you an audience. I should return home until the streets become safe again.
I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs? I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down. Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around. Go on, I'm out of the nug game, got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I've found.
Excuse me, do you have a...
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's Luxury Goods Shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying? Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging. Then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work you've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Your direction?
You look like you're not from around here. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcasts. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
This no doubt leads out to the deep roads, the ancient passages that once led to the other dwarven kingdoms.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
It'll be our business when we drag your corpse out. The Darkspawn have pulled back, but they are down there.
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack. Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin. Ugly beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size. A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too. Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesha's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps. Aye, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and 4 days minimum to make the journey to the Circle Tower. I'm guessing you haven't left yet. Well, I've waited 19 years. Another month won't kill me.
Welcome to Janar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail. At Janar's, we have everything from leather to platinum. Of course, keep in mind we also take items on trade. Atrast Vala, stranger. Here for armor or conversation? I stay out of politics. Lord Harrowmont, but the Idukans have served us well. Has she been bothering you? Ah, that girl. I've been telling her for years to give up. Magic's a human trick. I'm sorry she bothered you. Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in order. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that... Please.
You're back? But I'm guessing you haven't left yet. You talked? I don't care if I lose my caste. I'll stay on the surface forever. Perrin Orzammar were surrounded by stone and tradition and more stone. But to break every natural law by thinking about it, I'll be waiting.
Ancestors, guard my son for... I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in... My name is Vilda, widow of Turak of the Smith caste. I pray... I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only Smith to go with the warriors to repel. But he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. How? There is no way except to break the warden. Oh, thank you. Please. Watch out for that puddle of... whatever it is.
Atrast Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view. It's the bureau of all the Shapers. If you're from the surface, I guess you'd call them scholars. They keep all of our records logged. You got questions about Orzammar's history, and don't mind answers in words as long as your leg, that's the place to go. He'd be in the Diamond Quarter. A Grey Warden is all...
Afternoon, stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew? Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself? Figured as much. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the Deep Roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dukan, Dunka... something like that. I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the Deep Roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines. I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs. Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live. Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones. Lord Harrowmont's got his own men there, all looking for signs of Branka. Guess the city's getting to miss having a paragon. Everyone wants someone to put in charge. Branka was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the Deep Roads more than 2 years ago. No chance she could have survived. And a lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This brew is starting to taste awful bitter. The Deep Roads aren't for the faint of heart.
surface must be so interesting.
They're everywhere! What? Get away! You'll change like the rest! Monsters hidden in all my friends! They follow you. Once you are in the story, they possess your friends and follow. See? I found copies. All from the same pen, and older than the ones in Song. Take them! I want out! I won't disappear chasing a lie! I won't!
Totem, I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and you understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden? But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent Deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the Assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary. Me and 79 other fine, they're not fond of my views on equality. I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning. Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected Deshers of the Assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill. As you wish.
Maker's blessing on you, sister. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth, we hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. But Orzammar persists in worshipping its paragons and forefathers instead of the Maker.
Let them worship whatever they like. The Khun is the only way to enlightenment. False philosophies hinder his journey. This chantry encourages faith in an unknown god instead of understanding oneself.
Are you saying you will help? The Shaperate controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting. Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Topsiders? Good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. I'll take your gold.
Why do the poor not rise up against their betters? This I never understood.
There's a rich one. Yes, we get plenty for their kids.
Don't give them the advantage. Your time to die.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform. Then shouldn't you be off killing genlocks? Or at least sweeping through the Diamond Quarter to carry off someone's firstborn? And bring the guardsmen running? Thanks, but I was just leaving.
It shall be done.
command me.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside? My mam used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky. Yes, when my dad left, he never came back. Who's to say he did... Don't fall into the...
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezhda sees It takes us... What takes you out of the Diamond Quarter, stranger? I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin, but you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Well, now I know you're not from here. The Cartas who run... They tell you, and you jump, because they're the only ones with the coin and the steel to get whatever they want. It's pretty much as you see it. The Ross, you're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar. Means you don't exist. It tells everyone who sees you not to work with you. The Deep Lords burn it into us the day we're... If you have that, take yourself up to Tapsters. Long as your face isn't branded, they've got it. I'll just stay out of your way then.
Spare a bit for the need. Have you a... It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Need... Thank you. But no! I can't bear to even think of it! I wish... Now it's all gone. And it's my own fault. I've heard that word. It's a human term, right? For a child with no father? He was castless. But unless I agree to abandon the child in the... You would do that? But why? Then I cannot... I do not...
It is begun. I shall do it. As you say.
Allow me. I could do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
Very well. You have come at a difficult time.
Questions? Mine is an honorable task, and I shall drown out any...
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
I hope you'll support Lord Harrowmont.
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont entrenched in the past. How long can he ignore that force?
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
As you say.
More enemies!
What's going on? Why the answer?
I shall do it.
Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
It shall be done. It is begun.
I never loved this part. And this. Let's do something else. Let us end it!
Cut down.
No quarter shall be given. Now we get our hand in the advantage. Done that!
As you wish.
I am ready. Let's be wary. Get off! I tried to be merciful. Quickly, we must fight.
Healing would be helpful now.
It is done.
Yes?
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Very well.
The prince values your support.
Greetings. No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Devorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring? Yes, the treaty. I've seen it. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now. You must understand, Harriman. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper. You've been turned by Harriman's slanders already. I should have known no soul in Orzammar would be neutral. Harriman has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harriman's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude. Harriman promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harriman can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harriman gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes. Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at Tapster's in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions. Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the Assembly of the Clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in. Oh, Stone. You must be the Grey Warden. I completely forgot about the Gate Guard's message. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great. But you won't receive a proper hearing, and I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Well, have you found Lady Dace and Lord Helmy? Don't bother.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. In an ordinary time, Lord Harrowmont, unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Balin's spies, so I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Harrowmont, you will need to prove that's a generous offer. If you mean it, the Deschers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. But I'm afraid your only choice, if you change your mind,
Who would dare take
Excuse me, I can't chat.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he's probably in the slums somewhere.
Oh, pardon me. Were you not that I could really help. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the. My mother's family believes they were descended from. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Warden. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could. If you.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. The Shaperate guards Orzammar. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad. These are Harrowmont lands promised here. But these are not the deals we approve. Where did you get these? If you wish, you can make your words as false as the documents you bear. Not entirely. There were 2 promised deals, but their terms differed significantly from what is. It appears the scripter altered the dates and locations of the agreements to make them identical. The prince consulted me before his father died. He wanted to know about King Beemo, the last king to rule during a blight. I told him Beemo made many changes during his rule. The assembly was even disbanded for a 2-year period. Beemo declared that, in times of war, the warrior caste answered directly to the king, and all voting was suspended. Balin seemed quite interested. The Gavorn family is a minor one, founded when a daughter of the Forrender house married down to a warrior caste man. Her brother died, leaving her family heirless. So the assembly granted him a new family name and allowed him to. Vartag Gavorn is on record asking the assembly to bar Harrowmont from King Endrin's sick room. He is a vocal supporter of Prince Balin. I am the man to ask if you wish to access the memories of the ancestors. What is it you... That is especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. My answer to... On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? If you are trying to threaten Orzammar from inside its own walls, you are sadly lacking in any understanding of tactics. So far, the world has done quite well without your maker. Now, if there's nothing else. Wherever this chantry has spread among humans, it replaced... Were we to let these preachers into Orzammar, how long before the ancestors stop hearing the voice? Brother Burkle said as much. But Now, if there's nothing else. I am the man to ask if you wish to access the memory. Ask, and I shall do my best to answer. When I last... I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you. Ask, and I shall do my best to answer. The twins Koapar and Nacht both Please, speak your mind.
I shall do it. It is begun. Very well.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Lord Balin is the voice of change and defense.
I shall do it.
Harrowmont is the voice of stagnation and ruin.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about. Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a Deep Roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient Tig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Good luck.
Raise your voice in support of Lord Harrowmont, the one true king of Orzammar.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is...
2 years tomorrow.